What do you want to walk through here?
Fucking wait.
Sorry, mate. Just having to lie down. Just tired. What's that?
Set cells.
What's up, guys? We're back. We're relaunching the channel. It's about time. I actually got off my arse and recorded some content for you guys. You guys have been asking for some more tutorial bits. I want to obviously put on my training and stuff like that, so I'm going to try and combine the two. Doing my sessions, in my rest periods, there's going to be a lot of those. I'll obviously have a little chat to you guys, but today we've got a pull session. We changed the events now. Obviously we're moving towards World's Strongest Man, so we know at World's Strongest Man we've got a deadlift, a standard deadlift, which I think is going to be a ladder, and then also we're going to have a partial. It just says a tire deadlift in the list we got sent. I'm assuming that's a partial pull, so the plan for today is to do my same deadlift sets and reps I used building up to Brits. Basically got a 5 today at 3, 4, 5. But instead of doing it as a straight set that I'd usually do staying connected to the bar, I'll do it like I do it in a ladder. So I'll pull the bar, drop it, step back, just practice getting super fast on those straps. Obviously using my speed straps again, they work really well for me at Brits when we did the ladder, so we're going to go for that again. And then after that, we'll move on to some partial pulls off the blocks, about 18 inch, still on a deadlift bar. It's been tough trying to work out where I'm going to put all these movements in. It's one of the big challenges for Worlds, is we've got 12 events to train for. It's how you program all those and not completely mess your body up. So it's a bit of a programming nightmare. So that's why I've moved back to a more traditional pull day. All my pulls done in one day. And I've got some more events that I'll be doing tomorrow. But I'll probably go over the training split in a different video. But for now, we're just going to move on to those deadlifts, then the partials, and then we're going to finish with some hack squats. I'm just trying to kind of drill this hip flexor again, try and keep it sweet. So I've got no need to do some barbell back squatting for a while. So I'm just going to move over to a slightly more comfortable hack squat, just work on the quads a wee bit for that initial pull. We're like just under 2 weeks post Britain's Strongest Man now, and obviously, as most of you know, it didn't really go to plan for me. It's just one of those days, like things didn't pay off on a couple of events, had a bit of a mishap on the stones, but the events I put some drill time in, I was quite happy with. So obviously the throw-in, that was a really good event for me. In the end, I've got a lot of grafting on that. And my deadlift strength as well has been kind of spot on, obviously. We saw obviously the 5 reps of 400 and the rep and 360 afterwards, putting that raw as well. Like super happy with me on the deadlift at, which is a good spot to be at the start of the year. obviously with a couple of different deadlift events at Worlds and the deadlift champs later in the year as well, it's important for me to build my kind of raw strength now, so that I can, you know, if I choose to go back into the suit later in the year and kind of really focus on that big kind of 1RM pull. But it's important for me to make sure that my training is obviously specific to the type of event I'm doing, you know. So with a ladder, I train differently to how I'd pull a set for reps. Yeah, and definitely how I pull a max. Obviously, we need to get on the bar fast, get the straps on quick, complete that rep as fast as you can, and then drop it at a time that we can move straight on to the next one. So that's what we're kind of doing today. We're just focusing on speed of these lifts. And then obviously with the partial pulls, you're a little bit more settled and we're looking obviously for a bit more peak power. But I've got no number in mind really for the pulls off the blocks. It's been a while since I've pulled off blocks. Obviously I've been pulling off tyres for a little while with the Hummer tyre set up, but we'll just kind of see where it's at today and then we'll move on from there. So now we've got a top set on deadlifts, so 3, 4, 5, we'll pull some reps of this, but step away each rep as well. So, but a couple of those warm-up sets, I've had a couple kind of pulled off balance, which happens, you know, you have to kind of get used to that. But one thing I did really well when I prepped this for Britain's was I was kind of nailing my strap position every single time, so it was nice and balanced. So that's gonna be a big focus, make sure the strap's in the right place, get the pull nice and smooth, just get a good set on 3, 4, 5 before we go up to the blocks. Alright, so I've lost my seat because we've got to use it as lifting blocks now. So I'm just going to lean on stuff. It's like my natural habitat, leaning on stuff. But yeah, solid set. Wasn't as accurate with my grips as I wanted to be, but it wasn't too bad. Still obviously pulled through it, the weight was fine. So, I mean, with a ladder, sometimes you get out of position and sometimes you just got to pull through it, you know, so that's why it's key to be stronger than the ladder, if that makes sense, you know. So for me, obviously, all the weights on the ladder are going to be very sub-max, which means if I do get out of position, it's not a problem. If these weights were heavier and they're kind of close to my max, then I'd be taking a little bit more time on them, you know, just trying to set everything perfectly and then pull. But with the speed we're flying through these ladders now these days, you can't be complacent. You've got to just kind of jump on there, grip it and rip it and go through as fast as you can. So yeah, pretty happy for first week. Doing pulls like that is good. I mean, it's a lot harder pulling that style where you're kind of stepping away, then re-gripping the bar and pulling. Then, you know, obviously if you were strapped onto the bar the whole time, you can get really tight in the pull and keep the air going at the top and stay nice and tight at the bottom. So by having to reset every rep, you're really working that core. And I wouldn't really advise anyone to actually train like this. Anyone who's watching who's not competing in strongman, hasn't got a deadlift ladder coming up, don't train like this. Just train your deadlift normally, where you're staying in contact with the bar the whole time. But you know, in competition, obviously we've got to do it, so we have to do it in training as well. Whew. All right, slap some weight on. Pretty well that. Pretty decent. So I'm pretty happy with that. Put it up to 470. I'm going to stick on that this week. I'll probably go 485 next week and then 500 the week after. Always like to err on the side of caution and give myself some room to progress. And I'm basically going to wave this up and down the same as I'm waving the deadlifts from the deck. Whereas obviously next week for the deadlifts, I think I'm in around the 360, 365 mark. Yeah, so quite happy with that. Now we're just going to move on to a couple of hacks, just some light work on the hack squat, and then I'm all done. That's session done, guys. So just those 3 movements and we're kind of finished. I'll go home now, I'll rest, I'll eat, I'll sleep, and I'm in for a session again tomorrow. I've got some frame carry, Conans, and some stones, just a run to do. So yeah, no rest for the wicked. We'll get that work done, praying for worlds, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure you hit that like button. I'm going to promise I'm going to keep these videos coming out for you guys, and we'll try and talk about some different topics. So jump in the comment section, anything you want me to cover in my training, any training philosophies, any programming advice, whack in a question below and I'm sure I'll get to it.